Alright girls, let's get started. Matthew 10:38 and 39. Jesus says, if you refuse to take up your cross and follow me, you're not worthy of being mine. If you cling to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for me, you will save it. Alright girls, first let's start defining what taking up your cross means. To do so, we have to break it down into two terms. First, we have the cross, and second, we have the entire statement, taking up your cross. Let's start with the cross. Alright, what kind of cross is Jesus talking about? A crosswalk, the red cross, crossing the street, etc., etc.? Well, none of those. Back in those days, Sophia, if someone did something so horribly wrong that deserved the death penalty, they will be hanged on a cross, like the image you're gonna see right here. It was a pretty horrible way to die and a very long process. Now, the process began with stripping the person butt naked and then hitting them with a whip. Not very pleasant at all. After that, they will have to walk with a part of the cross on their backs, like this, all the way to the place of crucifixion, meaning the place they will be just standing there in the cross. This was the ultimate walk of shame, because people will be spitting at you, throwing stones at you, insulting you, and mocking you. So to summarize, back in those days, the cross meant the death of a criminal and someone not worthy of even keeping alive. It was the worst possible way to die back in those days. Now let's talk about the statement, taking up your cross, because this can be confusing for a 7-year-old.
Explain yourself!
Now, we know that back in those days, the cross meant that someone was about to die for doing something pretty horrible. When Jesus says, take up your cross, I believe he's saying to grab all the doubt, hate, fear, evil, and all the behaviors that separates us from God, and to hang it on the cross and let it die. Forget about it. Just get it off from you. And let me tell you, girls, this is not easy for many reasons. Number one, because people are going to test you.
This bozo, well, the entire scheme I've been setting up for 18 years goes up in smoke, and you are wearing his merchandise!
Thirsty?
There are gonna be days and times that you're gonna want to punch somebody in the face, you want to pull their hairs out, you want to scream at them, you want to curse them out, and so on and so on. Or that you will be so upset at yourself that you don't even want to look at yourself in the mirror.
I probably sucked more today than anyone in the history of Kung Fu, in the history of China, in the history of sucking.
And then probably the second reason, and perhaps the most important and difficult, is that this is not a one and done thing. No. This has to be done every single day. Every day, girls, every day.
I know! I know. I got it. I got the concept.
That is why he says, if you cling to your life, you will lose it. Meaning that if you hold on to a life in which you're separated from God because of what you believe and do, you will lose the life that God has designed for you. And that life that God has designed for you is the most ideal life there is. And that is what the next word tells us. Next few words, this is what Jesus says. He says, if you give up your life for me, you will save it. And that right there is the invitation to walk this world following the footsteps of Jesus and the Bible. So what does that look like in real life? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It looks like this. You don't allow your feelings and popularity to determine what you believe and do. You let the life of Jesus and the scriptures determine that. And no surprise here, this is a lot easier said than done. Because most times, it's not gonna feel good. Not at all. And you're not gonna like it.
What? Okay, fine, I'm cool.
But that's okay. The world will tell you that always trust your feelings, and if something feels right, just do it. That if you think it, then let it be. No. We don't play that game here. We don't play that game. That is the path of destruction and least resistance. There is zero growth that happens following that. Let's prove that, alright? So when you were an infant, Sophia, your teeth were coming out. You cried so much at night because of the pain, right? Of the teeth coming out. Now imagine if because of the pain, your body said, stop growing your teeth because it didn't feel good and you didn't like it. Well, guess what happened? You wouldn't be able to eat solid foods. Can you imagine no pizza, girl? No pizza. And you wouldn't grow stronger, smarter, faster, and live longer. And that is just one example. Therefore, trust that when you follow Jesus, you will say no to a lot of things, but you will say yes to a life by design. And that, girls, is the greatest victory you could ever have. That completes this video. Hope you guys like it. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye.